And then
There we go.
somebody is Ellie. Maybe that's the wife.
Okay, the recording has started, just so you know. Hi, this is Alderman Lee with the 11th Ward. It is Monday, August the 10th, just about 6:30, and we are here for a community zoning change meeting for property located at 2952 South Bonaparte.
Meeting
Uh,
ID 88
um, Again, for 2952 South Bonaparte Street, the requested zoning change is from an RS3 to an RT 3.5. If you are tuning in and feel like this is familiar, it's not Groundhog Day. We have seen this property before. They had to come back and ask for a different zoning change. I'm going to allow the owner's attorney, Paul Kolpak, um, give us some background on this. We have the same drawings, I believe, right, Paul and Clark, from the last time, if I'm not mistaken, or are there new drawings
We
that
did
we're going over?
have new drawings showing the proposed two flat on
Got
that
it.
site.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen so that everybody can see what we're looking at. Paul, I'll let you start, and then Clark, just let me know when you want me to advance slides.
Good evening, everyone. Again, thank you very, very much for taking time out of your evening to attend this meeting. Um, the property is currently zoned R3. It's improved in one lot measuring 24.2 by 109 or 2,637 feet, which is improved with a two-unit building. The other lot is slightly larger, it's 27 by 109 or 2,950 feet. In order to divide these properties, what we have to do is put the two flat into conformity. The problem with that is with an R3 zoning, a two flat would need 5,000 square feet of land, which it clearly does not have. But if we go to its RT 3.5, we only need 2,500 square feet of land for the two flat. This is in this community preservation area. And what we were told when we applied, when we were here last year, was that we could not build a single family home on the vacant, that we had to build a two-unit building, and Clark can speak to this in a few minutes, that we had to build a two-unit building because of the density of where you're located within proximity to the transit service location, etc. And so we're here again today to say we want to put that building into compliance and we want to do a two flat. So what'll happen is the existing two flat will stay there. The new property will be a two-story masonry building with a two-car detached garage with alley access. Clark, do you want to explain the materials being used, the height of the building, and how many bedrooms the new two-unit building would have?
Sure, Paul. Good evening, everyone. This is Clark, the architect for my client. So basically, this building, the maximum height of this building, if you scroll down to page, I think page A4. This is a plan. If you keep going, one more page, another page. So you will be able to tell here, yeah, right here. You'll be able to maybe the top left corner. So that this building, the middle of the ridge and the facial is 28 feet 7 inch, which is below the maximum allowed zoning allowed 30 feet. So we're in conformity with the zoning maximum height requirement. The materials that the owner wants to use is brick veneer. So we'll have brick, we'll have CMU as a structural. Uh, as for the plans, the top first floor and second floor, there will be and 3 bedroom and 2 baths. So one bath for the master bedroom and one bath for common. The basement will be used for common use and storage, unfinished. The left one is the basement for common
No,
use.
Clark,
Right.
okay.
So when you say
You said base.
storage and use, common use, Clark, could you expand on that, please?
Owner prefers this to be a common use basement that will be shared by the first floor and second floor owners.
For storage and like bicycle storage and things like that. Is that correct?
I think he just mentioned storage, so I'm not exactly sure what is he going to store for. But yeah, he told me storage, unfinished.
Okay. Okay. And we've got 3 bedrooms, 2 baths.
That's right, on first floor and second. Two
And how
bedroom,
big,
2 bath.
how big are the first and second floors each?
Let me see here. So the first floor is 13 1,364 square feet. The
And the
second floor is
second,
pretty much the same. Yeah, it's kind of stacking plans.
and each unit has its own washer and dryer. Is that correct?
Let me see here.
Yes, I see it.
Yeah, I
Yes,
see.
yeah.
At
In the closet.
105A.
Right, in the
Yep.
closet.
Okay.
And then the second floor is identical to the first floor?
Yeah, I think it slightly different if you look at the stair area, just
Oh,
because of the
okay.
nature of the building, but it's pretty much the same.
Okay. So we were clearly under the 3.5 as far as height, FAR, and we certainly meet the minimum lot area.
Right, right.
Okay.
So the max, just want to give you some more details. So the maximum allowed building height, from zoning perspective is under RT 3.5 is 35 feet. We only have 28 feet 7 inch. The maximum floor area is 3,098 square feet with an FAR maximum FAR 1.05. Our floor plans shows 2,742 square feet, which is 0.93 in terms of FAR, which is below the maximum allowed 1.05.
So all that's to say in just plain English is that the zoning that they're looking to get it changed to 3.5 would allow them to build higher and have more square footage inside the home. They are just under, but this is also and this is a 2 unit again, not a single family home, which means where the benefit to the neighborhood is that we're getting an additional unit in a very heavily served transit area.
And again, we'll make this, Alderwoman, we'll make this a type 1, as I mentioned in the previous meeting, that for the community, that we'll make this a type 1 so that they know we're not trying to, make this bigger later or anything else. What we propose today is what we'll build if we get approved.
Yeah. And for anybody that's watching, if you don't know what a type 1 is, a type 1 change that does require that whatever we are presented and approving is what they build to. So this all of a sudden couldn't turn into, a 3-flat building, building above what they're zoned to do. This is just a picture of the existing property. So we're talking about building in this empty lot right
Correct.
here.
And this new building will look a lot better than what's there.
Yes, then the empty lot, and it'll dress up the block quite a bit.
That's the plan.
All right, are there any questions from folks on the call? Yes, sorry, go ahead, Rohit.
So just a few questions. I don't think I caught this. Are the units going to be rental or sold?
Paul?
They're not going to be condominiums. They're going to be rental units.
Okay. I'm just curious, what is heating? Is it gas heating or electric heating? And if it is gas, I just want to understand why it's gas instead of electric.
It is gas heating. It is typical residential furnace that we use in Chicago. Yeah.
Sure, but I mean, you could choose to make it electric, right? Like looking ahead over the next 30, 40 years. Like, I think electric makes more sense. I just want to understand why you stick with gas.
It's the owner's preference on that. I mean, there's not a requirement today, and
Right.
it's probably less expensive.
Sure, I mean,
Yeah.
if cost is a
Yeah,
reason, sure.
yeah.
I just want to understand what the reason was.
I'm
Right.
assuming that it is. I don't want to answer for the owner that I don't know if Clark or
Well,
that's
I
my
mean,
assumption.
Paul understands economics, but Clark, better than I do, everybody is saying that we should get away from gas and go to electric. But, again, I'm not taking a position on that, but our grids, if we're going to do all electric at some point in time and we're going to go to electric cars, our grid system has to really be upgraded.
Yep. For another conversation, I don't want to get off too far
Yeah.
into a tangent, but yeah, so hopefully that answers your question. You have other questions?
And one last one. What is the exterior color of the building?
It, it will be a brown color,
Oh,
brick,
we have my client on the phone now.
a brown color, like gray brown, something like that.
And again, I guess a follow-up question there. In Bridgeport, we see a lot of red brick houses, so why not choose something that matches the history and the colors within the neighborhood?
That is a good idea. Now, if the community prefer me to go to the red brick, I could. It costs the same. It's just a personal preference. I like gray, but if the community want me to do that, no big deal. That's fine. I could go to red brick. It cost me the same anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
I
that's
don't-
my preference.
I don't know what the rest of the block looks like, so I'm not prepared to
I mean, in the neighborhood, I know there's a lot of red brick, and personally, I think the gray brick, it doesn't look as good. I think those houses don't represent the history, the character of the neighborhood as well as red brick. So I personally prefer red brick strongly, but ultimately, it's not my decision, obviously.
Well, you've got one vote for red brick here, so if that's something that, I mean, the color of the brick is not something that is attached to the type 1, so the owner could certainly, if he's amenable to it and decides to do it.
I personally would be very grateful, yeah.
Okay.
I will go for the I will go for the red if the community prefer that. Like I said, for me, that's no big deal.
All right.
All right, well.
Point taken.
Anything else?
That was it for me. Thank you very much.
Okay, anybody on the Zoom line have a question or a comment?
Paul, I have, sorry, other women, I have one, I had one comment that probably needs for your attention.
Sure.
I saw on your meeting title, this address is 2952. So previously, when we issued for single family home for building permit, I think a year ago, maybe a little bit more than a year ago. So CDOT, Chicago Transportation Department, they issued us a address street number, which is 2952. Sorry, which is 2956 rather than 2952 on your meeting title. So I just want to make this, clear to
But
everyone.
we're still talking about the same piece of property.
Yeah, we're
That's
still
right.
talking about, so it is, what is the address of the existing home that's there? This one, the green one?
I think that's 2952. Maybe I'm
That's
wrong.
2952, but we have to rezone both because we have to put that property into compliance when we divide the lot. So what
So
we're going
that's right. Okay, so this,
we're going to
so
do
just-
2952 through 2956. The new building will be 2956.
okay, so just for clarification for everybody, and I'm sorry I didn't catch that earlier. The two lots are together because it's a side lot to the existing green building here. So both lots have to be rezoned.
Right.
I'm clear on that now. So we're good, Paul?
And we're good.
All right, so the zoning change is for both parcels, but the building that is going to be erected will be the one that we just saw the plans for. That will be built on 2956.
Correct.
Got it. Okay, so it's all been recorded for posterity and for officialness here. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. Clark, thank you for raising that. If there are no other questions, I'm gonna say
Thank you.
I'm happy to provide a support letter for this requested zoning change. I'm sorry we didn't catch that earlier, and that, you know, this is obviously taking a little bit of time, but glad to move forward with this. Paul will provide a support letter. Juanita will get that to you. And we'll share this meeting out in the next newsletter. Thanks, everybody.
And thank you, everybody, for coming, and everybody get home and get some of the food, some food.
Yes. All right. Take care,
Have a great
everybody.
evening. Thank you again.
Bye-bye.
Well,
Thank
be
you.
safe.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.